Good morning, students. Today the topic that we are going to discuss is Laplace transformation. So what is meant by transformation? A transformation is a mathematical operation which converts one mathematical expression to the another form so that we are able to find the solution easily. As we know that logarithmic transformation which converts the process of multiplication to the simple process of addition. So as you know, the log of a into b is equal to log a plus log b. So compared to multiplication, the operation addition is simple. So this is transformation which converts the process of multiplication to the simple process of addition. As well as also the logarithm of a by b is equal to log a minus log b. So this transformation converts the process of division to the simple process of subtraction. Okay, what is this Laplace transforms doing? Okay, so as we know that if a current passes through a circuit, if you want to analyze the rate of change of current passes circuit, we need to obtain some differential equation. Our aim is to find the solution of such differential equation. So for example, consider the differential equation d squared y by dx squared plus 5 into dy by dx plus 6y is equal to e to the power 2t. With the initial conditions, y of 0 is equal to 0 and y dash of 0 is equal to 1. So our aim is to find the solution of such differential equation that exists in the field of engineering. Okay, so there are many techniques that are available to find the solution of differential equation. So what is the usual procedure of finding the solution of differential equation? First we need to find the complementary function, then auxiliary equation, then complementary function, then we obtain the particular integral, then find the general solution. Then by using this initial condition, we eliminate the arbitrary constants so that we can obtain the general solutions without arbitrary constants. So that is the usual procedure of finding the solution of the differential equation. But if you know the Laplace transformation which converts the differential equation into algebraic equation, so compared to solve the differential equation, algebraic equation is very easy. So that is the main purpose of using this technique which converts the differential equation into algebraic equation so that we are able to find the solution easily. So this is the most efficient method that can be used in the field of engineering to find the solution of such differential as well as integral equations. Okay, first let us define what is meant by Laplace transformation of any function f of t. So Laplace of f of t, where f of t is a function defined for t greater than 0, is defined as integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus st f of t dt. The next question should arise whether Laplace should exist for all functions. No. So these are the two necessary conditions or sufficient conditions you want to verify before applying the Laplace transformation. So the function should be piecewise continuous. Okay. So as you know the definition of continuous, so piece continuous means the function should be continuous in the each and every subinterval of the given interval. So that should be piece continuous. The first condition is f of t should be a piecewise continuous function. Second, f of t is of exponential order. So what is my exponential order? The limit should exist, that is limit t tends to infinity e power minus alpha t into f of t should exist. So these two conditions will be sufficient conditions. Why? Because there are some functions which fails to satisfy this condition, but Laplace should exist. For example, f of t is equal to 1 by square root of t. This is defined in the interval 0 to infinity. This function is not piecewise continuous at t equal to 0, but Laplace should exist. Okay, now you see that how do you find the Laplace transform based on some standard function. First we take Laplace f of t is equal to k, some constant. So what is Laplace of f of t? As per know the definition of the Laplace, 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Now you can find Laplace of k. So replace f of t by k. So k into e power minus st dt. Since k is constantly outside, so what is integration e power minus st? E power minus st by minus s. The limit is 0 to infinity. So what is the upper limit? E power minus infinity becomes 0. So this value becomes 0. So what is e power 0 is 1. So already minus is there. So minus of minus 1 by s become so k by s. So Laplace of any constant is equal to k by s. Now we see that f of t is equal to e to the power at. So how do you find Laplace of e power at? So replace f of t by e power at. So e power at e power minus st into dt. So while adding this power, since it's both exponential, you can add this power. So while adding the power, you always keep minus outside because e power minus infinity only 0. So for the purpose, I take minus outside. So it's become s minus a into t dt. So what is the integration e power minus at? E power minus at by minus a. So e power minus of s minus a into t divided by minus of s minus a. So what is the upper limit? E power minus infinity becomes 0. So this term becomes 0. And what is the lower limit? E power 0 is 1. So we get minus of minus of 1 by s minus a. So already lower limit minus should be there. So this minus minus become plus. So Laplace of e power at is equal to 1 by s minus a. Similarly, you can derive the formula for Laplace of e power minus at. That is the formula is 1 by s plus a. Now we see what is the Laplace transformation of cos 80. So we want to find Laplace of cos 80. As we know, there is a relation between the exponential and the trigonometric function. Cos theta is equal to e power I theta plus e power minus I theta by 2. Why? Because, so what is e power I theta? Is cos theta plus I sin theta. E power minus I theta means cos theta minus I sin theta. While adding these two expressions, we get what? Sin getting cancelled, we get 2 cos theta divided by 2. So we get cos theta. Now replace this cos 80 by e power I80 plus e power minus I80 by 2. Since this two is common, consider outside. By linear property, you can bring Laplace of e power 80 plus Laplace of e power minus 80. So what is Laplace of e power 80? As we know that 1 by s minus a. So instead of a here, ia is here. So 1 by s minus ia. Similarly, what is Laplace of e power minus 80? 1 by s plus a. So 1 by s plus, instead of a here, ia, 1 by s plus ia. Then do simplification. S plus ia, s minus ia divided by. So denominator is a plus ib into a minus ib. Since we know that a plus ib into a minus ib become a square plus b square. So a square plus what is b instead of b here? A is so a square plus a square. If we simplify, we get s by s square plus a square. That is Laplace of cos 80 is s by s square plus a square. Similarly, you can find the Laplace of sin 80, but again you know the relation between the trigonometrical sin 80 and exponential. So for sin 80, the formula is e power I theta minus e power minus I theta divided by 2i. So using this relation, you can find Laplace of sin 80. We obtain s by s square plus a square. And finally, how do you find Laplace of t power n? So Laplace of t power n is equal to 0 to infinity t power n into e power minus st dt. So take u is equal to st. So t become u by s. If you differentiate with respect to t, what do you get? S. So du by s is equal to dt. Again, there is no change in the limit also. Even if you take t equal to 0, then u is also 0. And t equal to infinity, u is also infinity. There is no change in the limit, you keep as it is. This t is replaced by u by s whole power n. This term is replaced by u, and this dt is replaced by du by s. So this is nothing but u power n, s power n. So already s power n into s become s power n plus outside. So 1 by s power n plus 1, 0 to infinity, e power minus u power n into du. So that is a function called gamma function. It's not that in the syllabus, but keep this as a formula. Keep remember as a formula. Gamma of n plus is equal to 0 to infinity, e power minus u power n into du. Now this term is replaced by gamma of n plus 1. So Laplace of t power n is equal to gamma of n plus 1 divided by 1 by s power n plus 1. So the next class we see the properties of Laplace transformation.